Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Golden Bachelorette. Cold feet. Signs Chock Chapple's not sure about marrying Joan Vassos. Will she ever be his wife? Chock Chapple proposed to Joan Vassos at the end of the Golden Bachelorette, and she said yes, but are there signs he may be getting cold feet? 60-year-old Chock was one of the 24 single golden men who traveled to the iconic Bachelor mansion to date 61-year-old Joan. She had already been on a Bachelor franchise show, as she had been a contestant in the Golden Bachelor Season 1. When things didn't work out between her and Jerry Turner, she was cast as the spin-off's first female lead. The Golden Bachelorette Season 1 premiered with Joan greeting her men and meeting Chock for the first time. Although he didn't receive her first impression rose, he did win her first solo date. After spending a romantic day at Disneyland, the couple seemed destined to end up together. In the end, Joan gave Chock her final rose, and the two got engaged. Before joining the cast of The Golden Bachelor and The Golden Bachelorette, Joan lived in Maryland, where she worked as a private school administrator. For his part, Chock lived in Kansas, where the insurance executive owns his own business. Chock may love Joan, but if he's not willing to move to be with her, their relationship may not work. Joan could move too, but she's reluctant to leave her family and career. Geographical realities may keep Joan and Chock from ever walking down the aisle. Chock had been in several serious relationships before joining the cast of The Golden Bachelorette. After his 12-year marriage to Heather Chapple ended in divorce, Chock met Catherine Gorey, and the two fell in love. They'd been engaged for 9 years before Catherine took ill and passed away in 2022. Since Chock and Catherine had been engaged for 9 years, this could mean Chock's divorce made him gun-shy about getting married again. Since the Golden Bachelorette Season 1 finale, Joan and Chock have been together constantly, and it may be getting to them. Joan recently posted an Instagram video of her and Chock cooking together. During the cute cooking tutorial, Chock goes to cut slits in the large piece of meat, and Joan snaps at him about how to do it. After bickering briefly about garlic placement, Joan wins the argument and gets her way. Chock appears happy in the relationship, but he may get cold feet if the bickering continues. The Golden Bachelorette has had its share of twists, turns, and tearful revelations, but nothing quite compares to the tension brewing between Joan Vassos and Chock Chapple as the finale looms closer. What seemed like a fairy tale romance is now under scrutiny as subtle signs suggest that Chock may not be ready to take the ultimate plunge with Joan. Could cold feet be creeping in? Or is this just the natural jitters before a life-altering decision? The perfect pair? Not so fast. From the start, Joan and Chock were an unlikely yet compelling pair. Joan, the charismatic widow with a heart of gold, captured America's attention with her grace and vulnerability. Chock, the charming Southern gentleman with a penchant for deep, soulful conversations, seemed like the perfect match for her. Their chemistry was undeniable, but as the weeks passed, cracks began to appear in their seemingly perfect bond. Joan has always been forthright about her desire to find a partner who is ready to commit wholeheartedly. For her, this journey was never about casual dating but about finding a love that could stand the test of time. Chock, on the other hand, has been more reserved in expressing his emotions, often choosing to deflect serious conversations with humor or vague responses. While this was initially endearing, it's now raising red flags. Signs of doubt. Chock's subtle signals. The pause during the hometown date. When Joan visited Chock's hometown, fans were expecting a heartwarming experience filled with family anecdotes and heartfelt declarations. Instead, viewers were left scratching their heads when Chock hesitated before introducing Joan to his closest friends. While he eventually brought her into the fold, his reluctance was palpable. "It's just a big step," Chock explained, but his body language told a different story. Arms crossed, avoiding eye contact, and nervously laughing at Joan's jokes. He seemed more like a man grappling with inner turmoil than one introducing his potential fiancée to his inner circle. Dodging the future talk. On a romantic one-on-one date, Joan broached the topic of what life together would look like post-show. She painted a vivid picture: quiet mornings sipping coffee, family gatherings with her grandchildren, and perhaps a travel adventure or two. While Joan's eyes sparkled with excitement, Chock's response was noticeably muted. "I'm not sure what the future holds," he said, avoiding a direct commitment to Joan's vision. The statement, while harmless on the surface, felt like a veiled attempt to sidestep a deeper discussion about marriage and lifelong partnership. The vanishing ring rumor. Insiders from the production team have been whispering about Chock's reluctance to finalize his choice of engagement ring. According to sources, while other finalists were eager to pick the perfect symbol of their love, Chock reportedly postponed his appointment with the jeweler twice. Though he later claimed he was waiting for the right moment to make a decision, the delay has fueled speculation about his wavering commitment. Joan's growing concerns. As intuitive as she is empathetic, Joan seems to be picking up on Chock's uncertainty. During the Fantasy Suite episode, she subtly addressed her concerns, asking Chock if he felt overwhelmed by the pressure of the process. "It's okay to feel scared," Joan said, her tone gently yet probing. "But I need to know if you're in this with me for the long haul." Chock's response, a non-committal "I'm just taking it day by day," did little to reassure her. Later, in a confessional, Joan admitted that she felt left in limbo, unsure if Chock truly saw her as his forever partner. Pressure from the competition. Adding to the tension is the fact that Chock isn't Joan's only suitor. The suave and steadfast Guy Gansert has been vocal about his intentions to marry Joan, making it clear that he's ready to build a life with her. Guy's confidence and clarity stand in stark contrast to Chock's hesitant demeanor, creating a love triangle that has left fans divided. While some believe Chock's doubts are a sign of emotional authenticity, others see them as evidence that he's simply not ready for the commitment Joan deserves. What's holding Chock back? Friends close to Chock suggest that his hesitation may stem from past heartbreak. Divorced for over a decade, Chock has spoken openly of the emotional toll of his failed marriage. While he's made strides in healing, it's possible that the fear of repeating past mistakes is clouding his judgment. Additionally, Chock's independent lifestyle, marked by solo fishing trips, spontaneous road adventures, and a tight-knit group of bachelor buddies, might be hard for him to let go of. Transitioning into a committed partnership could feel like a loss of the freedom he's cherished for so long. The audience's perspective. As the finale approaches, fans have taken to social media to weigh in on Chock's apparent indecision. "Chock is a great guy, but Joan deserves someone who's 100% sure about her," tweeted one viewer. "If he's not ready, he needs to step aside and let Guy have a shot." Others, however, empathize with Chock's predicament. "Marriage is a huge deal, especially when you've been burned before. Give the man some grace," wrote another fan. The divided opinions only add to the suspense, making this one of the most hotly debated finals in Golden Bachelorette history. Will Joan walk away? For Joan, the stakes couldn't be higher. After years of heartbreak and loneliness, she's finally opened her heart to love again. But she's also made it clear that she won't settle for anything less than total commitment. If Chock can't give her the assurance she needs, Joan may be forced to make the gut-wrenching decision to walk away. "I need to know where you stand," she says, her voice quivering with emotion. "Because I can't keep putting my heart on the line if you're not ready to meet me halfway." As the final rose ceremony approaches, all eyes are on Chock. Will he overcome his fears and take the leap of faith with Joan? Or will his hesitation prove insurmountable? And if he falters, will Joan choose to give Guy a chance at winning her heart, or will she leave the show without a ring?